Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard Products 13TANF. This is a clear anodized aluminum L-shaped door shoe with a thermoplastic insert with notched fins. Okay. This happens to be a 3-foot piece. We'll go over lengths in a moment. The 13T is representative of this profile. That means it's going to be an L-shaped door bottom that's going to have these specific dimensional properties, which you can review from down below this video in the image that's shown. You can see that you've got an overall height of 1 5/16. No. 1 7/16. No. 1 3/8. Let's try 1 3/8. There you go. 1 3/8. You've got 3/4 inch dimension from the easier to show it here, I suppose, from where the bottom of the door will sit to the top of the channel, and then the balance is going to be 11/16 from the bottom of the door down to the bottom of the fins. So if your undercut was in the range of 5/8, that might be ideal for your application. In overall width, they don't really give, but we can do on the camera. About 1.5 inches is the overall width. You've got 1 3/16 worth of the footprint that will sit underneath the door. Okay. 13T. A in the part number means clear anodized aluminum finish. That's what this is. Not mill aluminum, it's clear anodized. If you were to change the A to DKB, you'd have a 13T DKB, and that would give you dark bronze anodized. The 13 is the housing, the T is the thermoplastic, the A or the DKB is the finish, then the NF is notched fins. And you might say, why would I want notched fins? Well, it's a good question. I know I at one time had asked that. You wouldn't use it in an exterior of a home in Chicago or anywhere where you want to keep the cold or heat out, like Arizona, or the critters that will crawl underneath. But if you were in a hotel and there was no fresh air source for the unit, the heat, the AC unit that's inside of the room itself, you would need a supply of fresh air, and your notched fins would be appropriate for that sort of application. Okay, a source of fresh air is why you would notch those fins. Okay, pretty much the only, perhaps also a boiler room door, depending on the CFM requirements, of course, of the opening of the room itself or whatever is inside. But a notched fin application is going to give you the ability to provide a source of fresh air. Okay. Now, moving forward, there is a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure, which is very handy because it will allow you to review the 13T and its sister products, the 12T, which is the without the L return. You can do a U-shaped, a couple of different models with that. You can do a U-shaped with a drip cap. That'd be great for an exterior application. Then you can do much taller face models as well. Okay, and NF is going to be available on all of those models because you're just replacing the thermoplastic that's here. All right. Now, the lengths. This is a 3-foot piece. It's available on the site in everything from 2 foot to 8 foot, generally in about 2, 4, or 6 inch increments. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to ship the material back at. Now, the reasoning is this. If you needed to cut this 3-foot piece down to, say, 2 foot 10, you're going to eliminate that slotted hole that's there. Naturally, it's difficult to drill a slotted hole, and you're going to want the slotted hole to help you contend with a sill that's not level or maybe a door that's not plumb. You might also want to have some help contending with a misdrilled hole. When you're drilling that door, before the drill bit pierces into the surface of the door, that drill bit might have a tendency to walk a little bit if you've not used a center punch. So that slotted hole might be quite handy to help compensate for a misdrilled hole or those other conditions. You're really going to want that to bring yourself a nice tailor from the top of the thermoplastic down to the sill, so that you can get it a good seal across the bottom. Not too much, not too little. One is not good, one is even worse. That sort of scenario. And then back to the longer than 8 foot lengths. You can do longer than 8 foot lengths if for some reason you're going to put this onto an overhead door that might be 12 foot wide. You just have to reach out to us, because longer than 8 foot will ship tractor trailers, so that's a quoted item in that sort of length for the handling. So we don't list them because it's very unusual to sell things weather stripping longer than 8 foot in length, but it can be done. I should say door bottoms anyway. So if you were to order a custom length by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field what length you want us to cut the material back at, we'll not only give it to you at that length, but give you the slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge, but the proper center to center as well, which would be very handy. Okay. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page. Forgive me. Speaking of those slotted holes, screws are included as well in a complimentary finish. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, but also a link to the full line product catalog, as well as a link to the website. I'm partial to National Guard in the sense that what they do very well. Their name is synonymous in the industry with weather stripping, with high quality weather stripping as well. And if you have more than an occasional need for weather stripping, you'll certainly want to at least familiarize yourself with their product line, because it'll only be a matter of time before, quite frankly, you'll bump into a need for it. If you have any questions on the National Guard products 13 TANF, notched fin, mill aluminum finish, L-shaped door bottom, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.